The council continues, and we enter the maze, which appears to be the final part of Chapter 2. Last time we got out, we found Mortimer's secret room, discovered how he gets into all sort of political situations around the world. He manipulates the ongoings of global powers, and Mom is challenging him to a duel. Let's see if we can find her. Next reading, we got 3 manuscripts. So let's see. We have not completed these 2. We could get a erudite. We could learn more about subterfuges, politics, science, logic, and etiquette. Yeah, let's get into some more subterfuges. Why not? And maybe some etiquette. And maybe get a bonus of some politics in there as well. And let's get going. Ahem. Got the stone sword.
A meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. All right, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
Find the origin of sword left by Mother.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them.
Look from Mother, a spy.
We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How
Or
long
Snooper.
has he been trying to collect all the spears?
I must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction. I'm sure it is nothing serious.
Aha. I can see very well you do not understand. You have done nothing less than sign our death warrants, and still you don't understand.
Someone is listening.
What, me? And I'm
Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
just appreciating some fine art.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
Speak about the sword, delve deeper into the discussion. I don't want to let them know that I was interested in what they were talking about. Let's ask them about this weird sword.
I was wondering if you might have seen an object like this here at the manor.
What are you playing at, de Richet?
I'm afraid I can't help you, my son. Ask someone who knows the manor better than I do. One of the servants, for example. One of them is bound to help you.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence.
All right, now let's ask them about their discussion.
I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention.
Let's see. Psychology level 1. Reassure them. Pretend to know. Cost reduced because of my manipulation level. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm winking at you right now. We're all in on it together. All in on the same thing.
You brought spears as well, then?
What? Did Mortimer ask you to bring him holy spears too?
Yes, but I thought I was the only one. How many of them have you brought, then?
18 in all. Any relic even remotely to do with them, in fact.
18 spears? How many of them exist in all?
No one knows. Especially as there is only one authentic one, of course. That all adds to the mystery, don't you think?
Well, please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
All right, so Mortimer wants, I assume they're talking about the Spear of Longinus. And he has what we presume is Excalibur. And he also wants what seemed to be implied to be the Necronomicon. I'm pretty sure he's going to turn out to be like a vampire or some kind of demon. Pretty sure. Can we talk to them again?
Leave us now.
Oh, sorry.
Monsieur Johann von Wulner.
It probably would be bad etiquette to try to bust into his room when he's right down there. Probably. Well, alright, if we're trying to find the origin of the sword, you presume that the entrance is going to be downstairs. Because we have to get it outside.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Unlock the second lock. Carmelite water. Royal jelly. We love to see it. Mysterious notes. What are these mysterious notes? Are they his notes? Notes by D. Richet? Nothing specifying mysterious notes. Maybe it's talking about these notes. Oh, we didn't read the encyclopedia. Okay, I picked the encyclopedia at the end of the last one, right? But when I started this one, it had me redo the books. Right, so I still haven't read this one. I need to remember that. That when I load the game after the chapters ended, I do need to redo the books. Why don't we pull this stone sword out of our pants in front of George Washington and ask him if he knows where it came from?
Is everything all right, my young friend?
Tell me, what do you think of
Mr.
this?
President, you might be able to help me.
Yoink?
I'd like to know where that sword comes from. Any idea?
It reminds me of the statues in the garden. I can't guarantee it, but you ought to go and see. You never know, do you?
Thank you, Mr. President.
And I think we already figured...
Welcome. See you soon.
I think we already figured that last time, that this comes from the garden. It's just that we don't know how to get out there. Can we just, like, do a tuck and roll through a window? Or we can just open a door?
The sword probably came from this garden, but what could it have been used for? Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart.
Okay, translate the plaque with 0 points. Remember my lessons, also 0 points. Great. Observe the crack.
Let's see.
Examine the crack.
Crack as long as my finger.
Before we do that, let's translate.
I guide the sword that will kill the monster.
And remember my lessons.
If I recall the Iliad, Ariadne is none other than the daughter of Minos and Pasiphae. She was in love with Theseus and helped him in his quest to kill the Minotaur in return for a promise of marriage if he defeated the monster. She gave him a reel of thread so that he could find his way back through the labyrinth, which was famous for being unsolvable. But once the beast was slain, the gallant was quick to abandon her on an island. Turns out heroes are not what they once were.
So let's see if there are other statues that have a crack before we stick it in her. Hey, you see me translating that plaque? Can you do that? Do you have the linguistics to do that?
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
Let's see, 3 points, 3 points. I'm looking for my mother, I guess.
I'm still looking for my mother, of course.
Of course.
You're right, Monsieur. Keep looking. Good luck to you.
Well, you too, have a good day. Good day to you too, sir. My eye is doing fine, thanks for asking. Man, that guy has not shown up much. The main thing he's done so far was punch us. He's been in a few scenes, but he really hasn't said much. And we haven't really had much of a conversation with him outside of the punching scene.
Icarus. The son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity.
All right. 1 point, 3 points. Okay, no discounts on these. All right, let's translate the plaque.
I am the innocent one, sacrificed for the sins of the father. Well, let's keep going.
He doesn't have a crack that we can stick ourselves into. Our sword, that is. This guy is a crack.
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur.
Okay, 0 points.
I seem to recall he took the decision to confront the Minotaur. He killed the beast, but if it weren't for Ariadne's help, he would have been trapped in that labyrinth forever. In short, yet another hero who wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay, I'm probably being a bit harsh. I mean, we do owe him the foundations of Athens. In other words, the Republic. Render therefore unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
Yes, that is a biblical quote. Thank you. Okay, let's translate his plaque.
Wrongly positioned, I am the blind hero. I wasn't expecting an inscription like that. I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma.
Oh, Mother. I guess this one seems blocked off for the time being.
Daedalus. He's the architect of the labyrinth. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus.
He also has a crack.
I am the architect of my own demise.
Cannot look at this. And there's Ariadne's thread. Oh, can we look down there?
Here's the famous Ariadne's thread, thanks to which, if I remember rightly, Theseus avoided getting lost in the labyrinth.
Okay, any other available statues? There was at least one other statue, but I wasn't able to get to it. All right, so hers,
Ariadne,
her plaque.
I guide the sword that will kill the monster.
Right, guide the sword. Well, I guess we could try sticking the sword in and see if anything happens.
A crack as long as my finger.
Nice crack.
What's going to happen if I've got it wrong? Ariadne. I'll try something else.
All right, we can just pull it back out. Not a permanent thing. All right. Well, her thread seemed to lead to Daedalus. Not actually to him, but like by him.
Daedalus. Hey, there's a crack in this statue too.
Look at that crack.
The crack is thin and about as long as a finger.
Stick it in.
Daedalus. Alright, let's try again. You never know.
All right, thread goes this way. Wow, what's happening there? Magic.
Pasiphae.
Oh, we didn't notice Pasiphae.
Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete.
Okay, 0 points for mythology, 1 point for plaque, 1 point for notice something. Let's remember the mythology.
I seem to recall that her fate was not something you'd want. She was punished for the sins of her husband. She had to mate with the sacred bull of Poseidon. 9 months later, she gave birth to Asterion, better known as the Minotaur. It's crazy to see to what extent women have always been mistreated. When they're not harpies, gorgons, and other witches, they become victims.
I mean, some people might be into it. I mean, it was meant to be a punishment, though. Translate her plaque.
Deliverance alone suffices not to wash away my humiliation.
I guess she does not have a crack herself. Also, I'm going to need to use some jelly. My last jelly to get 2 more points.
I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. What is that? It's like a sort of opening mechanism.
It looks like there's like a hole in the handprint. Oh, press is not even an option, I guess. You know, maybe we don't need to do it yet. It looks like it's going to be stairs. Key, okay, earth key. Thread goes that way. Anything over here? That's where we can... Oh. Okay, no, that's golden elixir. Okay, thread is heading in this direction. So it goes from here, over here, and stops here, to him. Makes sense it would stop at him. Who's that?
He's the son of Aegeus. He became the mythical king of Athens, the unifying king. Pity, he's generally only remembered for having slayed the Minotaur. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso.
Stick it in. Well, nothing happening, as far as we can tell.
Theseus. Let's try something else instead.
Let's try something else. All right, so no more thread. We went to these statues in the order of the thread. Oh, good. More royal jelly. Oh, we could just get in through here. This is the one I didn't look at.
Minos. Son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue.
And, you know, just as a personal aside, if you want to see the most awesome stories involving King Minos, I highly recommend the Lou Ferrigno Hercules duology, featuring King Minos as the villain. You won't regret it. Greek mythology has never been so fun. Let's translate his plaque.
His gesture sealed his fate.
His gesture? 2 points to remember this myth.
The crack is in the region of the heart.
Let's put it in. Still nothing.
Minos.
Now the Minotaur is somewhere around. Oh, he's right here. Is this the last statue? Seems like it should be. He's already got 2 swords in him.
Asterion. It is rare to see him like this. In general, he's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur. The famous son of Minos and Pasiphae.
I was about to say, this just looks like a dude wearing a helmet with horns on it. Remember the legend.
Asterion was a son of Pasiphae and Minos, or rather the result of a curse put on Minos. Minos was punished for betraying Poseidon. Of course, as strangely it often happens, it wasn't he who was punished, it was his wife. She had to mate with a bull, no less. From that union, Asterion was born, who everyone knows as the famous Minotaur. Rejected by Minos, he was shut up in the labyrinth so he could never leave. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, he died by the hand of a hero desperate to restore his reputation.
Think about the meaning of the myth. Don't have enough points for that. All right, let's observe his crack.
The statue has a crack in it.
All right, only one more to... I mean, this has to be it, right? Who else would it be?
Right. We'll soon see.
Well, doesn't seem like anything happened. But we put the sword in all the cracks we could find in order of the web. We didn't get an indication that anything happened. If I observe again, is there anything different?
Asterion.
Okay, let's look at his plaque.
I am the cursed child.
Hellenist, we are. Who's that again?
Asterion, son of Minos and Pasiphae. Asterion, who had such a sad fate and who the legend portrays as the horrible Minotaur. Let's go.
All right. Well, we don't see anything changing. Well, we didn't hear anything changing. You'd think the sword goes into Asterion. Then again, I guess the web does end at him. That's an indication that he might deserve the sword. It's always a possibility. I mean, like when we seem to be trash talking him a bit, and we seem to be saying, you know, Asterion's kind of a sympathetic character. Minos also did have a slot for the sword. Well, the only thing that we haven't really done is this hand over here. And by the hand is the statue of Asterion's mom.
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete.
Let's see. I already did that. Fine. Let's use our final point to notice something.
She has no cracks.
Thanks. I don't think that was a good use of a point.
Let's continue anyways.
Very good. All right, no points left. Now, I wasn't able to actually use this. Oh, no, I can. Okay, I guess the sword actually needs to be in something. Okay, actually, hold on. I get a discount because of my subterfuges. Subterfuges paying off.
Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped. There's a little hole at the fingers. I'm pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That there was a hole in the middle of it, and maybe we're gonna get needled. All right, so I guess the sword needs to be in the right one. And if I get it wrong, I'm gonna get needled. So, what is it asking here? Asterion was killed with swords. He has swords in him, and I put a third sword in him. Is it saying that, well, he was the one who was killed with the swords, so maybe he's the one who gets it?
Ariadne.
Or is it that, maybe it's not asking that. Maybe it's saying something else. Well, I already translated this.
Sword, kill the monster.
Okay, so her web leads to... So, I mean, that might be, like, the most direct hint we're actually getting. Where does her web go? Let's look at the, just, you know, check other
Daedalus.
plates.
I am the architect of my own demise.
Okay, so he's gonna die by his own doing. He's not getting killed by a sword. She does not have a crack. Nope. Going the wrong way. Web ends at him.
Theseus. Wrongly positioned. I am the blind hero. I wasn't expecting an inscription like that. I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma.
Wrongly positioned, he's the blind hero. And there's him.
Minos. His gesture sealed his fate.
So he's doing something with his hand. The crack is, like, right above his hand. And then there's him.
Asterion. I am the cursed child.
Okay, so it's not mentioning his death. I feel like Minos' mentions his death. Theseus's doesn't, but at the same time, the web goes to him, and Ariadne's plaque said her web guides the sword, right?
Theseus. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso.
I mean, the web, it makes me think it's him. I feel like that's the best clue we've gotten. Oh, there's something down there? On the floor?
It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities.
I cannot examine the slab. I do not have a point. But I guess the idea here is that we are meant to deliver judgment. Who deserves the sword? All right. We put it in Theseus. I'll put my hand on it. I got stabbed. I got needled.
What's wrong?
Trait unlocked is hot-headed.
I'm imagining things, or my hand.
Whoops. Well, I have... Let's see. Negative alterations. There we go, cured.
Poison on it. My head. I feel hot.
No, it's fine. I'm bursting with, like, cure. So I cured my poison right away. Alright, it's not him. I am not passing judgment on Theseus.
Theseus. Let's try something else instead.
So the second one I was thinking was Minos.
Minos. The crack is in the region of the heart.
Alright, that sounded like a click. Alright, it was Minos who should get the sword. By the way, trait. Hot-headed. Oh, logic cost... Oh, no. Logic costs 1 more effort point. If I want to be logical, I need more points now, because I made this mistake. I don't think I was hot-headed. I was wrong, but I did try to think it out. Get out of my head, Charles.
Again?
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out!
What was that? That's the 3rd time in 3 days.
Yeah, happens sometimes. I guess home has something over him. Got some dirt on him, I guess. Blood. Hope this isn't Mother's blood.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
Finally, will we find Mother?
Bandages. Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Ooh, some expensive bandages. I do not have... Oh, no, I have one of these. There we go. Inspect the bandages. I do not have enough points to notice something.
These bandages are pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection.
I wonder if that means I should try to... If we find her, should I try to redress her wounds? To prevent infection? Collector coin. We love collector coins.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Oh, Mother, you've murdered again.
Don't move!
Wait, I'm not armed.
Who are you?
Good God, Mother, what have you...
Tell me who you are!
Oh no, Mother's been in a bad way. Is she delirious from infection? Success. We eavesdropped on the conversation between Pyagi and Volner, convinced Pyagi to reveal some important information. I succeeded in opening the entrance to the crypt. I found my mother in the crypt. No failures. I guess getting pricked once does not count as failure. Alternate paths. I could have inspired Peru to trust me. Don't know how. Apparently that was a chance to make friends with Peru. I guess. Level 8. 4 available points. Let's see. I feel like vigilance comes up every now and again. But we could level up psychology with only 2 points. We have 2 more points. Don't think anything else will level up with 2. But, diversion? Politics? Are closer to getting there. Why don't we put a point into these? And that's the end of episode 2, The Council of Big Bad Wolf Game. Well, at least we finally found Mother. You know, the whole thing is about where is Mother? I can't find Mother. But we finally found her, and she doesn't know who we are. She is bleeding profusely. And, why is she bleeding profusely? Well, you know, we did have a flashback earlier where we saw Mother shooting Emma, the twin sister. And in that flashback, she was missing a hand, which was confusing at the time, but someone did mention to me last time that when we were in Mortimer's secret room, if I had failed on unlocking the door, my hand would have gotten chopped off with a guillotine. I can only assume from this, then, that Mother was in the secret room and must have failed the puzzle and got chopped. And that would be why she is bleeding so much. So we have finally, Louis, for once in his life, has outdone Mother. She would be so proud if only she could remember who he is, which she can't. Either through blood loss or delusion through infection, maybe. It's maybe these things. But we finally found her. And who knows, we found her. Maybe Liz is somewhere around, wanting revenge on Mother. We haven't seen her for a while. The game engine is called Ciatech. I feel like this engine probably wasn't used in a whole lot after this. Thanks to me. Thanks. Well, will Louis be able to convince his mom not to kill him? Hard to say. Hard to say. I did like at the beginning of this chapter how our pro eavesdropping skill was just sort of standing a few feet away from Von Volner and Pyagi and just like not moving. Expert eavesdropper. It worked, I guess. We learned that Pyagi has been supplying Mortimer with just an obscene amount of fake spears of Longinuses in his search for the real, genuine one. Anyway, it's episode 2. Next time, we'll begin episode 3 with The Conclave. That episode 3 appears to also have 3 sections like episode 2 did. And, I feel like we're seeing these people's faces, but, like, I don't know if that necessarily means they're an important part of the chapter. Like, that's Emily's face for chapter 2, and she really wasn't much of a part of it. I don't know if it means Peru is going to be a big part of episode 3. It may not have much to do with that. Maybe not. We'll find out as we begin episode 3, and see if it begins with Louis getting shot in the head. Next time with the Council.